Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name's Lisa. So today I'm just going to be doing a quick kitchen reset after a full Memorial Day weekend with family and friends. This kitchen really needs it. I've got cups everywhere, plates are stacked up, the counters are hiding under everything that we used, and I promise I tried to clean as I went while I was cooking, but I still have a mountain of dishes to do. And honestly, that's kind of how I know we had a good day. I'm not doing anything fancy. I'm just gonna bring the kitchen back to life one dish at a time. I always like to start with the dishes, especially when the kitchen is kind of like this, because once those are washed and dried and put away, the whole room actually just feels a lot lighter. And yeah, I still wish I had a dishwasher. But, here we are. So, what are you gonna do? It's funny how at first a sink full of dishes can kind of feel overwhelming sometimes. But once you get going, it's really not that bad. Sometimes it can almost be meditative in a sense. The dishes are clinking, the water's running, the rhythm of washing and drying, and it can just kind of slow you down and kind of keep you in the moment. And honestly, with as busy as my life has been lately, I can really use a few slow moments every now and then. Between the garden and the grandbabies and all the other stuff I have going on these days, time has just really flown by. I swear I wake up in the morning and then I blink and it's already evening again. So, taking a little time to clean the kitchen is actually kind of grounding for me. It's one of the few moments where I'm really not rushing. I'm just kind of here, just doing something simple and something that's familiar. And I can just kind of let my mind go. And I don't have to plan for anything or worry about anything or really kind of think about anything much else except for just, my cleaning that's in front of me. So my kitchen is really small, and I do dry my dishes as I go. A couple of reasons why. One is because I have well water, and just air drying them leaves lots of spots. And really, it just doesn't feel, to me anyway, it just doesn't feel like my kitchen is done if I still have dishes in the rack. I like everything to be put away kind of before I move on. Um, but for Memorial Day, we had such a nice day together. The weather was beautiful, we all laughed, and we just really enjoyed each other's company. And by the amount of dishes I have to do, I can guarantee you nobody went home hungry. you know, it was just a really, really great time. So I actually have just a random question. I'm just curious if I'm the only one that does this or not, but do you have a dishwashing order that you do your dishes in? I always start with whatever's in the sink. Um, then I kind of move to the flat stuff like plates and lids and trays and cutting boards and whatever. And then I'll go to the bowls and the glasses, and the pans and silverware usually last. Um, I don't do it every time, but that's what I like to do. There's no real reason for it other than that's just kind of how my brain works. Okay, so once I got all the dishes done, the rest of the reset went pretty fast. I just kind of had to put a few things back where they belong and wipe off the counter and fold my dish towels, and the whole space just kind of started feeling calm again. It's just really amazing how just clearing off one counter can make the whole room feel bigger, really. Um, when we reorganized the kitchen a while back and cleared out a lot of the clutter, it made such a huge difference. I didn't really realize how much visual noise I had in here until it was gone. But now everything has a home, and Resets like this, they just kind of feel simple instead of kind of overwhelming and like, where do I put this and where do I put that? So yeah, it's really nice. I cleared out the clutter and it's great. I kind of really like moments like this, just kind of me in the kitchen with a little bit of quiet. It's the kind of everyday homemaking that doesn't really kind of look like much, but it's one of the things that just kind of keeps the whole house running. It's some of that behind the scenes stuff nobody really sees a lot of, but they feel it just the same. This is the part of homemaking that I love the most, actually. It's kind of taking care of the space that takes care of us. Um, Homemaking has always been something that has brought me a lot of joy and a lot of peace. It's something that I really take a lot of pride in. Our home is our sanctuary, and when the energy is calm and peaceful, it makes it easier for us to be calm and peaceful. Believe it or not, calm and peaceful actually starts with just doing quick tidies. You don't always have to deep clean. A quick 15-minute routine can change the whole feeling of the home. And the funny thing is, it's never really about the dishes or the counters. It's about creating a space where people can breathe, a space where kids feel safe, and where grandbabies can play, where the day doesn't feel so heavy. A clean kitchen is, kind of like hitting the reset button on the whole home. I've kind of learned over the years that the little things matter more than the big things. Wiping down a counter or straightening a shelf or putting something back where it belongs, it just kind of all adds up. It's kind of those tiny little acts of care that make a home feel warm and lived in instead of chaotic and crazy. And I honestly think that's why I do love homemaking so much. Because it's really not about perfection. It's really about intention. It's about creating a space that feels good to walk into, even on the hard days, especially on the hard days. It's about creating a space that supports you instead of drains you. And with how busy my life can get right now, with the garden and the grandbabies and the errands and the projects, these quiet resets are sort of like my anchor sometimes. They pull me, back into myself, and they remind me that even when everything else feels loud and crazy and chaotic, I can actually create calm right here with my own two hands. And honestly, sometimes all I have is 15 minutes to do that. I think a lot about the women in my family when I'm doing things like this, like my mom and my grandma and my aunts. Um, all of the women who kept their homes running with love and routine. Now, they didn't call it self care back then, but that's exactly what it was. It was taking care of a home and also a way of taking care of themselves. And I feel that now more than I ever have, and I love it. Really believe the energy of your home matters. When things are picked up and the space feels tended to, the whole day just kind of flows better. You move differently, you breathe differently, and the people that walk through your door feel it too, even if they can't really put their finger on why or what's different. They can sense it. And the best part is, once the quick tidies are done, you can actually rest. You don't have that little voice in the back of your mind nagging you and reminding you of the mess you have to clean up. You can actually just kind of sit down and light a candle if you want, enjoy a cup of coffee, and just be in the moment. And that's kind of the rewards for a small routine. Now, this kitchen reset was not a 15-minute routine. This kitchen reset probably took me an hour and a half. But it was after a wonderful day of spending time with my family and my friends. So it was well worth it. But I was just kind of giving you my thoughts, like on the energy in your home and how it doesn't really take much to change it. So, like, if you're having, a rough day, take 15 minutes, clean up a room, and see if it kind of just changes how you feel. You never know. Well, I just want to say thanks for um, hanging out with me today. My kitchen is all done, and I can breathe a little better and enjoy a cup of coffee now. I can't believe all of this mess came from one cookout. But you know what? I would do it all again. I would rather have a messy kitchen, knowing I spent time with my family, than to have a quiet, spotless one. So, thanks for hanging out with me while I clean this mess up. I hope you enjoyed our time together as much as I did. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.